Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Monday. I am back in action with my Motivational Monday video. I am a couple of minutes early because I am hungry. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. I am ready to lay down. But more over, I'm hungry. Okay, I'm hungry. This diet is kicking my butt. Okay, I wanted to, say thank you to some of the new people that I have in my group. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to everybody else in the group, hello, I am back for Motivation Monday, and I am going to be giving you a little bit of motivation to get your week started, to get your days started the rest of this week, and hopefully put something in your spirit so that things will work out this week. If you were feeling under pressure, overwhelmed, you know how life gets. The topic of the day today is when life gets off track. And I am familiar with this topic because last week life was off track for me. Okay. And when I say life gets off track, I mean maybe a goal didn't happen like you wanted it to. Maybe some plans you had derailed. Maybe your child act up in school and it's possibly like, okay, it's the last weeks of school and you choose to act up now. Maybe you just felt bummed, overwhelmed, doubtful, things happen and life tends to get off track, but like I put in my comments, you got to get your shit back together because I know that when life gets off track, I've already been in the position where I had been off track for 2 years, and that's because I was going through the depression, but I didn't have any way to cope with getting my life back on track. So it's okay to fall off, the railroad for a hot second, but don't stay there. Okay, don't crash into houses and cars and then have to start all over. Okay, jump right back on that track and keep it moving. Okay, I mean, there are times when I feel like I just don't know when I'm going to grow up. I feel like when are things going to fall into place sometimes for me. I'm very transparent and honest here. Last week was really hard for me. I had just got back from vacation. I enjoyed everything that I was doing with my grandbabies, and I enjoyed seeing my son for the first time. That kind of threw me off just a tad bit because no mother wants to spend Mother's Day seeing her son in prison. And unfortunately, this year I had to do that. So that took me all off. Like my whole brain was totally off at that point. Okay, so on Sunday, after seeing him for the last time, once I got back home with the grandbabies and his girlfriend, I just felt so out of it. I felt so out of it because I felt like, once again, where did I go wrong for him to end up this way? I felt like, how did my life get off track for him to end up this way? Now, I know it's not my fault that he's there. I know that, but I'm still a mommy, and I still sometimes think it's my fault. Okay, and I know it's not, but just at that moment, seeing him there leaving my baby, I tried to figure out what happened in my life that I got off track, that something like this had to happen. And I know that we all get that way sometimes. Sometimes we all get that way. Layoffs happen. Unexpected events in life happen. Things happen. And you get off track. But like I said, again, you got to learn how to get your shit back together. Okay? You got to learn how to say, you know what? This is a small setback, but I'm going to be able to deal with this. Okay, and I'm going to give you 3 ways to try to do that. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 ways to try to do that. Your very first one is going to be stop and breathe. Stop and breathe. I know that sounds kind of crazy and silly, but I promise you, stop and breathe. Take a breath. Breathe in, breathe out, and say to yourself, is this problem so huge? Is this event so big that I have to derail everything I thought about to handle the situation? And once you stop and you breathe and you think it through, I promise you, what you're dealing with is not as big as we make it seem to be in our big old brains or our small brains. So you first want to stop and breathe for a minute. Just stop and breathe. What has helped me, which is the second one, has helped me a lot, especially in my journaling. I create a list of what I'm going to do for the week. And this is going to bring me to 3 as well. You got to stick to it, damn it. If you're going to write down a list of what you're going to do for the week, go back to that list. Put that list on your mirror in your bathroom. Put that list on your cubicle in your office. Put that list by your computer. Put that list on top of your computer. Put the list in your phone so that it'll be a reminder, okay? You know, have it ding every 10 minutes or something. But if you're going to create a list, stick to it. Like I have a list that I created this week of everything that I was going to do to get my life back on track. And I started with prayer. Now that I had gotten off track from prayer, because I never, I've been doing really good with that, but scripture and sitting alone with my prayer and my thoughts. You know, sometimes I have a tendency to do things super fast. You know, I'll pray, thank you, Lord, and then I'm done. I had needed to stop and sit down and regroup. So the first thing that was on my list this week was prayer. Okay, that was the first thing I put on my list was prayer to get myself back on track. Now, I don't know if you believe or not, but I do believe that once you do pray, everything falls into place. Everything falls into place. You know, sometimes that list may come obsolete if you put prayer at the head of it. But I also put other things on the list, you know, things like getting back to doing my videos, you know, because I like motivating you all because it motivates me when I see everybody else happy. I don't like seeing people not happy. I have been unhappy for so long, and I know how it feels to be that way, that I never want to go through that again. And I don't want anybody else to go through that. So second on my list, you know, was get back, start doing your videos. Third on my list, I had something that derailed last week that kind of set me back a little bit, and it made me feel kind of doubtful once again about me, my life, what I'm supposed to be doing. But I went and I talked to my coach. Okay, everybody doesn't have a coach. Everybody doesn't have a therapist. But that was what I put on my list. But I do recommend talking to somebody. Talk to somebody. I am a mentor. You are able to email me, text me, WhatsApp me, email me, Facebook me, talk to somebody. Maybe you don't need to talk to the same person over and over because, you know, some people just don't get it. So step outside of your box and talk to somebody. You know, I know a lot of people don't like their business out there, you know, but once again, I'm a mentor. Your business stays here. I'm like Vegas. It goes nowhere, baby, at all. But step outside of your box and talk to somebody, you know, because you never know what somebody else is going through. And you never know how you can help that person because you came out and spoke so open and so transparent. So step out of your box. Talk to people. Because when life gets off track and you let it go too long, it is hard to get back on that railroad. It's hard. Believe me, I know. I didn't have anything in place. I started drinking because I could not get it together. It was so hard to get back on that track. And now that I'm on it, I have decided I don't want to derail. When things are not working out, I just start over and then I think about it, I breathe, and then I get my shit together. Because I know that I don't want to stay in that place that long. Okay? So you have to get your shit together. Doesn't matter what is going on with your circumstances. Doesn't matter who is in your life that's not being supportive. It doesn't matter. Don't let your life stay off track. Take it from me, it's hard to get back on that railroad. So today, I am motivating you all. If life seems hard, if things are not working out, clients are not coming, your book is not selling, your job feels like it's just something you don't want to do, but you can't stop it right now. You just feel like your brain is all over the place. Do these 3 things. Do these 3 things. Stop and breathe. I promise you that it's not as bad as you think it is if you stop, think, and breathe. Secondly, write a little list out. Just write a little list, little tiny goals that you want to accomplish for the week. It could be something you want to accomplish for the day, just a little tiny list. It could be wash the dog, finally fold that pile of clothes that's been sitting there for a whole month, finally take my baby here, or finally make this dentist appointment, finally make that doctor's appointment, just little things. And then third, keep up with the list, damn it. Keep it up. Don't write the stuff down and then plan it and then say, oh, well, I didn't follow my list. Now, I know that life, once again, happens, but you got to be consistent. So that's another thing. We're not consistent. We are constantly all over the place when it comes to life. We're scrambling here, we're scrambling there. Oh, I'll get back to this. I'll do this, I'll do that. And then life gets off track. Now, there's going to be things that we can't help. Death. Somebody being hurt. There are going to be things that we can't help. But we got to know that we can't stay off the track. We got to hop back on and get our shit together. Okay? So I hope this motivates somebody today. I know it definitely motivated me when I wrote it out. I know it definitely motivated me when I kind of went back over and read some things, some books that I had. I go back over and read some notes in my journals that I keep because I know where I was last year this time. And I was not in a very good place. So I know what it's like to be off track. But I also know how hard it is to get back on that railroad. So take it from me. If you fall off, get right back on. Okay? Talk to somebody. Even if you know for a fact you don't want to hear, and talk to somebody that's just out of the norm. Make sure these people don't tell you your business, but talk to somebody that's out of the norm. Because most of the people that we talk to don't want to hear our stories. They don't want to hear what we're going through, because most of the time people that we tell are already going through some crap on their own, so they can care less what we're talking about. So I hope this motivates you today. Please share this video. Like I said, if you need someone to talk to, I am everywhere. Facebook Live, I am Zoom, I am Skype, I am WhatsApp, I am everywhere. Okay, so if you need someone to talk to, please don't hesitate to call. I want you all to have a great rest of the night and a great week, and I will see you all on Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday. The topic that day is going to be taking care of your mental health, and that is in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. We still have a couple more days left to celebrate mental health awareness. So I'm going to kind of keep talking about it until the end of the month, just so that I can drill it in you all's head so that everybody will know how to help someone who's going through it, or maybe if you're going through it yourself, you can kind of get some help and you know that you're not alone. So until Wednesday, you all take care and have a great Tuesday. Thanks. Bye-bye.